Hey, peace and blessings, everybody. Gerald Hassan, Enlightening Minds Enterprise, aka Mr. Shift Your Perspective. So, I was asked about how to attain peace, because I had posted a post earlier today about peace, and it was asking the question, to the extent of saying what is worth your peace of mind, like what is worth your peace of mind, right? And a lot, in even though the question entailed regards to jobs or people, a lot of people only responded to the fact that no job is worth their peace of mind, right? That they left a job that are worth their peace of mind. But the question was much broader than that. The question was about what period is worth your peace of mind. And before I even just go down that path to really explain that or answer that question, I want people to understand that everything that I try to extend out to you is about your personal healing. And you see, it is only through our individual and personal healing that we can be better socially, because Enlightening Minds Enterprise is about personal healing and social health. But we only can really have a healthy society when the individuals inside of that society are pretty healthy. You know what I'm saying? So I really aim to give different components to be practiced and embraced, so that as an individual we can reach a point to where we are in a better place as an individual in many different areas. So when I think about peace of mind, to me, your peace of mind is everybody's ultimate goal in life. We can talk about happiness. We can talk about striving just to survive. But when you really put it all in a nutshell, what is surviving if you're not happy? What is really happiness? You see, because happiness is truly a peace of mind, because when we are happy, we at peace. You know what I'm saying? There's peace inside of gratification. So a lot of time we seek gratification because at that point we don't feel a lot of the struggles and the burdens that come from the vicissitudes of life. So a lot of times when we striving for happiness, when we striving to survive, we're unconsciously striving really for a peace of mind. So that's one thing that when I think about the over objective, when I think about personal healing, then I think about having a peace of mind equally, because it's like you cannot have one without the other, but you can strive towards personal healing, and as you heal in certain areas, you're getting closer and closer to that personal peace. Now, one close friend of mine, she had put out, she kind of went down a different path in a sense. And my question again was, what was worth your peace of mind? And she was basically making a point that certain things would challenge that peace of mind, and how we have the potential basically to be able to sustain a peace of mind through all of the challenges, and while at the same time not to run from challenges trying to maintain a peace of mind. And I totally agree. I totally agree with that. We are never to confuse facing challenges with losing our peace of mind or trying to sustain a peace of mind. Therefore, we are not to meet challenges. Because here's one thing you also understand, is that sometimes to establish a peace of mind, even in the beginning, you have to go to war. And so there is turmoil a lot of times before a peace of mind is established. So you have to go to war essentially with self first, though. You know what I'm saying? Once you go to war with self first, then you go to war with anything outside of self that tries to interfere with you, with your establishment of peace of mind. Anything that tries to disrupt your peace of mind, you go to war with that until your peace of mind is reestablished. You know what I'm saying? So, in the midst of going to war, I don't necessarily believe that when one goes to war with that challenges that aura or area of peace, I don't believe that you lose your peace of mind in the midst of that. Because I believe that you have to sustain still your peace of mind in the midst of that to even be able to win that war. Because war is a thinking game. It's not an emotional game. And to lose your peace of mind is to be removed from your thinking position, into an emotional position. And whenever you become emotional, you're on the verge of losing your peace of mind, because let me make it clear. The peace of mind is a very mental place. While we can feel good, you know what I'm saying? Understanding one thing about the emotion is a temporary thing. It's a temporary state. The emotion, you in and out of different places. Even to be in a peace of mind, sometimes you might slightly get frustrated about some things. But it don't mean that you've actually lost your peace, your peaceful haven. I think it's the word I'm looking for. Peace haven. It don't mean that you've given that away or exchanged it or lost it to whatever it is that has kind of caused you to be a little disturbed. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing that I truly believe is that, and this goes into answering that question about how do we establish a peace of mind. I believe that, like the sun has a nature of feeding. It's supposed to be the most powerful source of energy in our universe, right? But it feeds everything in the universe. And without it, I believe, from my understanding, for what scientists say, everything in the universe would die. So this is a very powerful source of energy, right? But here's the other thing about the sun. While the sun has a positive force, right? It also has a gravity pull. So the sun also, while it gives, it also is being fed by everything in the universe as well. So here the thing is about the sun. The sun has a reciprocity process going on. It is given and taken mutually, right? So this is one thing that the sun tells me, because what I know about the human being is that we're even more powerful than the sun. Because from my teacher in school of thought that I've embraced, the human being is the most powerful thing in the universe, and everything in the universe has been created and subservient to the human being. But it's only when we are in our rightful place, right? So now, understanding our full potential, our God-like potential, right? We understand that once we get into full mastery of self, that we have the potential to also exercise similar to the most powerful source of energy in our known universe, right? And so, what am I saying? I'm saying that we have the potential to come across so-called negative energies, right? Negative people, negative forces, right? And feed on that. And it don't take from us. It make us even more powerful, because guess what? We take that in and give that back. We take it in, and guess what we do with it? We feed the rest of the world with it. Not in a negative way, but in a way that the world is nourished from it. It's just like how we take all our challenging experiences, our so-called or perceived negative or bad experiences, right? Because understand, good and bad is a perspective, right? So I'm saying we take all our experiences, and what we do, we try to find a way to be stronger with it. We learn from it. You know what I'm talking about? So when we learn from it, and we can take a bad experience and give back to the world from that bad experience, and teach and give what other people in the rest of the world has become stronger as a result of what we've experienced, right? As a result of what we absorb, right? Like the sun, right? As a result of what we absorb, then we are what we have exercised in a way like the sun has exercised. But here the deal is, I believe full mastery looks like this. When we able to take, let me rephrase it. When we able to stay in pure form, like the sun. You see, the sun don't change. We don't even see a shift in the sun. You see, that's how we gotta be. We can't be. We gotta be the same all the time. We can't be shifting when we go through the different experiences. As we going through these experiences, pulling in our gravity pull, right? As we going through these experiences, we can't be shifting and acting shady and being one way with one person, being another way with another person, right? We gotta be the same all the time, right? You know what I'm talking about? So, being able to understand that in sustaining peace, brother, this is the answer to the question. In sustaining peace, you have to be able to find a reason why you went through what you went through. And when you can't understand it, you have to know that it was somewhere in it for your greater good. It was a part of your purpose for being created to teach and feed the world with it. And even when we can't understand it, we have to not allow it to create walls around us, but instead it allow us to see clearer. You dig what I'm saying? It gives us a better vision so that when we walk through this valley of darkness, you know what I'm saying, we don't fear no evil. We can see, you know what I'm talking about? So we can see, you know what I'm saying? So as we walk through all of this here and we can see, then we understand that we are stronger because of what we've experienced. And we haven't allowed those experiences to build a wall around us. You know what I'm talking about? So now, we establish that peace of mind through those experiences. But let me tell you something. We have to reach a point to where, see, here's one of the principles of Enlightened Minds Enterprise. And it's being able to recognize our selfish inclinations, right? Our selfish negative inclinations. So now, understanding that our perspective, a lot of times, is a very selfish thing, and we have to watch how we allow our perspective, we have to watch how we allow our perspective to influence us in regards to how we deal with each other, how we view each other, the shit we allow our mind to formulate, and the stuff we allow our mind to formulate and then to come out of our mouth. You know what I'm talking about? So, because when we've allowed it to think about it, and when we allow ourselves to feel some kind of way, when we've allowed ourselves to let it spit out our mouth, see, we don't want way too far. So we should have checked it at the thought. We should have checked it at the thought. We ain't checked it at the thought. We should have checked it when we start feeling a certain way. I'm tripping. Let me catch myself. You know, because I don't know what was going on with that person. I don't know. See, a lot of times, you got to watch your terminology. See, this is the last thing I want to say to this, because I really, I don't want this video to be too long. Last thing I want to say to this is this here. It is my belief that our names, see, I say words have life. Words have an energy of its own. Words have a nature of its own. It's either producing life or producing death. So you have to watch the terminologies you use. You have to watch the terminology you use out of your mouth. If you don't know something, don't say you know. Say you think. You guess. That's the way you see it. That's the way you view it. You believe. Don't say you know, because you that's a vain statement. That's an egotistical statement. Watch how you talk. You know what I'm talking about? And this ain't no opinion. This is according to the words and the way they use and the way they find the dictionary. I ain't create the word. I ain't create the dictionary, so I can't give my own determination and meaning. So I'm saying you have to watch the way the words you use. So now, here's the last thing. Your names. I believe that you see in Islam, we're given Islamic names a lot of times because those names have their attributes of God, right? Attributes of Allah, and so all those names have life. They produce life. You feel what I'm saying? They was talking about Trump naming his son Barron or something like that. I heard on some interview, they were saying how that name has so much power to it that it's like, how can you not be somebody with a name like Barron? You know what I'm talking about? So I'm saying the names are important because when I heard that, it just made me think about the fact that names have energy in a life of its own. Words, period, right? So when someone, watch what you name your kids. Watch what you call them. Watch the nicknames that you call your people, that you call yourself, that you claim for yourself. Watch what you claim for yourself. Watch what you call your kids. Watch what you allow people to call your kids. And watch what you call other people, because those words, those names can also take an effect on the person and begin to transform a person psychologically, subconsciously, before they even realize that they're acting it out in a conscious way. But with all that being said, man, make your home your place of peace, your safe haven, man, because your home has to be a place where you go and rejuvenate and prepare, to get your armor all thick and shined up again for the next day when you go back into that word, the battle of war. Your home cannot be a place when you done left the world for battle and you come home and battle some more. It can't be like that. If you're home and you with somebody that's doing that, y'all need to think about one or two things. If y'all really need to sit down and be truthful with yourself, not with each other, be truthful with yourself first. And when you be truthful with yourself and come to terms with shit you done, what you do is come to your partner and say, admit the truth with yourself. You don't have to tell each other, man, do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. Be truthful with yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you know that person is really truthful with yourself, that person ain't for you, then you need to back out of that, man. You need to be truthful with yourself and say, look, we really ain't for each other. You know what I'm saying? Be truthful with yourself. Your home need to be a place of peace, man. Your home ain't to be a place of war. I know that society has told us that, marriage is a working in progress, a battle and all that. I don't believe that. I believe that the only battle that a couple or a married couple should have is a battle that they have against the world. They shouldn't be coming to each other battling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, every now and then they may have some disagreement, but not a battle. They may have some things that they see differently, but not a battle. You see, when you see things differently and y'all both exercising on a mental fear, then y'all can come to terms with some things and talk logically and work some things out. But when you got one person talking from a place of feeling and another person talking from a place of a mental place, then you can't come to a logical position, because a feeling position isn't a logical position. You know what I'm saying? It's not based on fact. It's just based on your personal feeling, and that can never be debated or rationalized with. So anyway, with all that being said, man, peace and blessing. Make your home a safe haven, and don't allow nothing to interrupt your peace of mind, because your peace of mind is your heaven on earth, and it is the most richest and most invaluable thing that you can ever possess. Peace.